Good morning, Tony Dattino with you here this Wednesday morning in August, as the summer has just about evaporated, though we have an official month to go yet. And we are in our final stages of prepping for the 26th USA Memory Championship, which will be held at Full Sail University in their media studio on August the 23rd, beginning at 12 o'clock and hopefully finishing by 4. We have all new people. There is no returning champion, so we will have a crowning of a brand new USA Memory Champion by 4 o'clock this Saturday, which is exciting because we really don't know who's the likely champion going to be this year. We've got a group of new competitors, and the scores that were done in the Memory League qualifying rounds in July are highest that we've ever done. And so we have got a strong field of mental athletes coming to Full Sail this Saturday. And when people ask us, is there a likely favorite, we kind of like, well, we don't have a returning champion. We've got a group of strong mental athletes that competed in the qualifying rounds. And we'll find out on Saturday who our brand new USA Memory Champion will be, who's never had it before. Full Sail will have the audio, we'll have it on YouTube. We should have that done by Monday, if not on Saturday night. They're doing the conversion for us. They'll have it on YouTube. They're doing the editing, and we'll get that out to you as fast as possible so everybody can watch it. We're editing out the speakers this year, so we're not going to have speakers, so we can make the YouTube video a little bit more streamlined and a little bit more, a little shorter for people to be able to view and watch the whole event. And we start off with an introduction that I will do as briefly as I can, but more importantly, introduce the 12 mental athletes that will be competing and where they're from and why they wanted to compete in the event. We'll then go right into the first event, long-term memory. And the long-term memory event, they have been given 30 days to study almost 1,000 pieces of information about the U.S. Supreme Court justices. And we'll be asking them questions about their inauguration and what position they hold and where they're from and what year they were, I already said that, when they were admitted into the court. So it's interesting information, and that will be our very first event, and we will have 3 people eliminated in that first event if all goes according to what at least the design of the event is. But God, as I've already said, with the skill level of the people in this year's event, who knows if we'll eliminate 3 people or not. We'll find out on Saturday. And we then will give them a break. We'll interview a couple of the mental athletes. Michael Dattino and Briley Lewis will be doing that. And then we'll go into our next event, which will be Words to Remember. They will be given 15 minutes to remember a list of 300 words. Though people often ask, well, why do we give them 300 when the best they do is usually get up to maybe 125 to 150. So maybe we should only give them 200 words. But in any case, that's one of the easiest events to prepare for. We'll go from the words to remember, and then we will take it to the break again, interview a couple more people. Michael and Riley will do that, and then we will be off to the tea party. And we already have the videos of 6 tea party guests that will be giving some information about themselves. And then we will randomly bring those tea party guests back out, and we are off with 3 strikes and you're out of the party. And so that's always an interesting event. And the students at Full Sail have been terrific. I've already seen a couple of them, and my goodness, just to listen to the information they give and trying to retain it and recall this information is just a skill that is just amazing. So it's a great event for people that are doing social networking, a great event for meeting people in community activities, and then remembering their names and who they are and something about them that facilitates conversation and building relationships. We will finish the tea party up, give them a break again, and then we will wrap it up with giving them 104 cards, and whoever our final three people are, maybe four, who knows, we'll give them 2 decks of cards and 5 minutes to remember the order of the 104 cards, which will be shuffled together. So we don't do one deck and then the second deck. We shuffle those two together, and they get 104 cards to remember in a 5-minute period of time. And that will be an exciting event in the sense that, again, based on the strength of their preliminary events that qualify them for the competition, who knows if we'll have 3 people get through 104 cards or not. And that will then determine who our 26th USA Memory Champion will be. And we present them with a trophy of a seahorse that is the symbol of the hippocampus, which is where we store our long-term memories. So there's a lot of work that goes into this. And then, of course, I spent yesterday at Costco's ordering food. We've got to feed the staff at Full Sail that does all of the hard work in putting everything together and making sure it's filmed and the studio is set up. And then we need to feed the mental athletes that come in here and might need a little bit of a food break somewhere in the mid part of the afternoon. And certainly you have to have them with something to drink. So mental athletes tend to drink a lot of water. So we make sure we've got plenty of water on hand, as well as soda for the students. And then we have a couple of trays of cookies. And so we put all this together, and then obviously they've got to have a plate to put it on and napkins to make sure they clean up, and off we go. So there's a lot of work that goes into the Memory Championship, which starts actually with Karen Pinson getting all the registrations and who's going to compete and where are they from and have they ever been a memory athlete before. And so Karen then has to get that all organized. We organize the qualifying rounds, and then the next thing we're doing is, okay, now she's got to make the games for the final. So she does a lot of work in determining what the long term is going to be. She searches out different topics and searches out for people's interest and what people may be interested in, people being spectators. Mental athletes don't get to choose what they want to study. So there's not an unfair advantage picking a favorite topic. We want to go from there. Karen runs the list of words. We got to get Full Sail, just great. They've got to find students willing to be interviewed, and then they've got to record those interviews. Then we've got to review those interviews, and then off we go. So it's an exciting day, and it goes by pretty darn quick. I mean, when you look at the amount of preparation we put into this thing, the days and the work and the meetings and the conversations, the work that Karen does on this, and gets help from her daughter Patricia Pinson, and then Michael Dartino working on the mind maps that we use for the tea party, and looking at the videos and the recordings, and my goodness, the day comes and goes, and we just, wow, we take a breath, and the day after I will be taking a week's vacation, so it's time for a bit of rest the day after the Memory Championship. So hopefully you'll be watching, you'll be looking for it under the USA Memory Championship website, and you may also look at some of the training online courses we've put together and learn something that you believe, you know what, I too can improve my memory. I don't need to be a mental athlete, but boy, can I learn some of these skills that make a difference in my life, and I too can improve my mental capacities and cognitive functions. And so we'll see you on Friday. Before I think I should be able to get Friday's broadcast in before I run off to Full Sail, which we actually start planning Friday afternoon. We arrive early on Saturday morning, and then off we go by noon come this Saturday. Have a good week. We'll see you on Friday.